just bugging.
I looked in paper back, 40 years ago.
This is a solid one.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I love the color.
Look at the tins.
I went to Georgia to get it actually, but it was originally I think from North Carolina.
Too hot to check the in play in it.
When I put a new fuel, this pin here. But so I ordered a new one of these, and this thing, you can see this notch here. I mean, before it was clear. This notch was clear over up here.
Yeah, a lot of times some people will adjust that for the winter and then they'll back it off for the
okay.
summer because you don't need so much choke this
and then,
time of the year.
I mean, this is loose. See, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you
Ghia.
do.
Yeah.
I don't care what you.
This is
Yeah,
Chad.
had that happen where the pin don't hit it right.
Yeah, and it's loose, and I even put a washer behind that. Didn't work either, right? So,
Yeah, I was wondering how to do that one time, and you know what he did, because one piece doesn't come off, doesn't it? Huh?
Yeah, they all come off.
Oh, on some of the new ones, they press this side of it, and you can't even take that
well,
off.
it might have been pressed at one time, but it's not.
Yeah. If we have to open that and clean it, it looks like it could use a cleaning.
And maybe whatever you guys.
Yeah, we'll determine. What I like to do before I do anything to anybody's car is we do a compression test on it.
Yep.
And we evaluate the condition of your motor before we mess with it. And also you don't have that all recorded. And as you can see, he films all this. So it'll be on our YouTube channel. So then we put a sticker, if you like one, we put a sticker with a QR code on it. And they can scan your sticker and find your car on our YouTube channel. And see your repairs being done. Look at the quality of the bumpers on it, though.
I was trying to sell this kind of somebody, a woman, she wanted it bad.
He just bought that one. I have a serious buyer.
That was nice.
Yeah,
65.
65. I just went over it. We did top end refresh. We rebuilt the top end of that motor for a customer, and then he called me up from like 3 weeks ago and said, "Hey,
Look at this one.
what's that? Austin?
No, it's
Or
a
MG?
Datsun.
Datsun.
1600.
Wow. I didn't even recognize it.
67, 68. They came out with the 240s.
I bet you wish you had that now.
Oh yeah, and I got in that 600. It was 5 years old when I bought it.
Wow.
It was $650.
Sweet car.
40 years, 40s. And I got in that thing and second gear. I'm like, I'll take this one. I wasn't even trying to feel. And man, that thing, I loved that. I used to dream about it.
I bet
It
that's
had a
worth some
throttle.
money
You
now.
could pull the throttle.
I didn't even recognize it as a Datsun. I was thinking Austin Healey or something.
Kinda looks like it.
Kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I loved that. That was my first. I didn't get the bus.
Yeah, my first car was a 74 Super Beetle, and his was a 72 Beetle.
Here's the convertible, $1,600 for that one.
Wow.
$1,600. I think that was a 68. This
Yeah, I
is
bet you wish you had that now.
Chassis.
And then I bought, this was a Florida car,
We
but I
just
bought
sold one of those. It
I
was,
had a white automatic.
I mean, that's a complete one. This one was,
This one's in good shape.
yeah, it is.
Here's
I like
one
the color on that.
and you can see the bug I got in the background.
What's that called? Bahama Blue again, I think.
Seafoam green.
Seafoam
Like,
green?
yeah,
That is
like
seafoam
a
green. Well, I've
American-
already painted a car.
Like a
seafoam
Rambler
green.
or something, yeah.
That's on our company shirt. That seafoam green Super Beetle I painted.
This is, I bought this, this thing is like,
Yeah, like a roof rack on it.
I had a roof rack, but I bought this surfboard for $100.
Wow.
And the guy said in '63 he surfed it in New Jersey. He had a bus that he put it on.
That's cool.
I still got that. But that was. I wish I would have never got.
What's
rid
that
of
place they called up in Jersey that everybody used to go to back in the day? The 20s and 30s. What was that place called? With the Ferris wheel and
There's
everything?
a boardwalk up here.
Yeah, that boardwalk.
Wildwood.
Yeah. I just remember seeing it in old movies I watched with my dad.
I went there, me and my brother.
I mean, Long Island, I
Like
don't know.
Coney Island.
Coney
kind of
Island
thing.
type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be what I'm thinking of. Not that I've ever been there. I only flew in and got held over in New York once.
Me and my buddy, we were walking on the boardwalk there, and there's like a theater or something. you know how they have an exit on each end of the stage? You know, we walked in the exit, and guess who was on stage? Cheech and Chong.
Hey.
I've seen Cheech and Chong.
Really?
I saw
Live?
Chong when they weren't together, and Chong's wife, and they were hilarious. And then when Cheech and Chong got back together, my wife and I said we had to go. And Chong's wife was there too. She's hilarious.
We walked in, sat down, and then the people must have been getting refreshments. They came back. We didn't get thrown out or nothing. That was
My last one was my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Tater, what's his
oh
real
yeah,
name?
Tomato?
he always had the drink in his hand.
Yeah.
talking
I
about
can't
Tater.
remember his real name.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Tater, I remember Tater. All right, guys, we have a beautiful 1970 Ghia in here, a gentleman that was referred by VDUBs, and he says it's really in need of a tune-up. So, as we do on all the cars we work on, we do a compression test and an engine evaluation before we go any further. So that's what we're gonna do now. Already have the plug out for number 1, with the carburetor opened up, ignition wire off the coil. Go ahead and turn it over, Chad. All right, turn the key off. This is not looking good here. We're gonna put a battery charger on it and make sure, recheck that. That's not good at all. All right, stay tuned. We're gonna charge this battery and make sure that's not the issue. I'll put a load tester on it first and see what we got with the battery. All right, guys, I do a battery charger on there for a little bit. We are still on number 1 cylinder and it's not looking good. Go ahead, Chad. All right, we've got about 40 PSI. So let's go ahead and do another one. Real quick like, see what we're getting here. Boy, plugs are a lot easier to access on a Ghia, aren't they? Boy, that's tight. Holy cow, that's excessive. Oh my God. Oh, what is up with this plug? I hope I don't see JB welding this damn plug. Oh my God, that's not good at all. These can actually take the threads right out of it if you don't use anti-seize on these. And this is not good. We'll see. Maybe it's just been a long time. Well, I don't see any threads coming out. Boy, that cylinder, that plug is much richer. Okay, this is 1. There's not so much of soot on the electrode. This one is a different story. So that's number 2. Glad y'all saw how tight that was. I always put my plugs in finger tight so as to not cross thread. I never put a wrench on it until the end. Well, the compression tool went in there decent. All right, you ready, Chad? Yeah, go ahead and turn it over. We're on number 2 now. Well, it was bouncing over 100, but it ends on 100. Let's try that again. I'm gonna call it 100. This motor, sorry to say, is looking like a definite rebuild. Don't know yet what the compression is. I'll do a little check here. Did I say compression? I don't know what the inflow is. I don't feel much in it. All right, let me get these other plugs out. All right, now we're on number 3 cylinder. And of course, this is the hottest cylinder. All right, go ahead and hit it. All right. That was close to 90. Not looking good. All right, guys, we're on number 4. Let me go back over what this. I have all the plugs out. This was number 1. This is number 2. I mean, that thing is blackened. And the same for 3 and 4. But I guess the reason 1 is not as dirty as the rest of them is because that cylinder is at 25 PSI and it was just a dead cylinder, so it wasn't doing anything. So far, we've got 25 on 1, 100 on 2, 90 on 3, and soon to find out what's 4. Go ahead, Chad. All right, not looking good at all. 60. This motor is wore out, and it's amazing it was running anyways, so gonna have to call the customer up. He drove it here too, but he says it's, you know, he just made some improvements in the new fuel pump on it and everything, but can't give more fuel to a, you know, a dead cylinder. Can't give water to a dead horse. All right, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm gonna have to contact the owner. stay tuned. All right guys, back on the 70. We last left off with some very questionable numbers on the compression test. So we decided to do what Rick said, is go ahead and do a valve adjustment. You never know, some valves might be too tight and it's throwing it off. So we want to ensure that this motor actually needs a rebuild. So I'm going to do a valve adjustment and get back and do another compression test. So stay tuned. Okay, hope y'all can see this. All right, we're on number 1 cylinder, top dead cylinder. You can hear the valves moving. So we get a 6 here and very tight here. Don't know quite yet what it is, but we back it off and make it a 6. So we do have a tight intake here. All right, we're on 0, number 1. I really don't think that the valves are the issue, but that 1 was tight. I didn't check it with a 4. We do 6 all the way down here. It could have been a 4. I loosened it up to a 6, and I really don't see any reason to do all the rest if this one fails. Increase it a little bit, 51. One more time, not that it's gonna make a difference. All plugs are out too. Yep. Almost 50, so definitely a rebuild, possibly top end once we get it out and get to check and see what the end play is. I can't really feel much up here, so we'll get it out and see what that is. All right, it does seem like it starts like the starter's in a slight bind. The bushing may be worn on the starter bushing, so that might be it. Might be kind of slightly binding on the flywheel, but let me let the customer know. That shut, and you'll get a different compression reading. You want it open so everything, all the plugs are out.
You put that?
Yeah, I put that there to keep it open. All right, go ahead and turn it over and just keep turning it over until I tell you to stop. All right, it's 50. So this is a dead cylinder. And you can see this part plug right here versus all the other ones, which are very rich. This one's not, because it's a dead cylinder. It wasn't doing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it wasn't doing a thing. So that's number 1.
Yeah, you know what? You don't have to buy me.
Yeah, we'll see. And it did increase when I went and did a valve adjustment. At first, without a valve adjustment, it was 25, number 1. Number 2 was 100. Number 3 was 90. Number 4 was 60. So 3 failed. Now, I mean, technically, every one of them failed as far as I'm concerned. 100 is not good enough. After the valve adjustment, number 1 got 50. It went from 25 to 50. Number 2 went from 100 to 105. Number 3 went from 90 to 110. And number 4 went from 60 to 75.
Yep.
Which 2 has failed, but
so basically,
no dope part.
the motor needs rebuilt.
So what would it cost me to put that?
Hey man, so what are we doing with the motor for the Ghia out there?
Yeah, well, that needs rebuilt, and the owner he's just leaving now. He came by and we showed him the compression test and proved to him that it's failing. I like to do that with my customers so they can see it themselves. And since the owner of the Ghia, the 2 Ghias that we swapped bodies, you know, he wants to get out of that. Kind of ran out of money on that project. So this motor's been all converted to a dual port, got new rings in it and everything. It's good in play. Every seal, gasket's been replaced. So, and brand new dual carb setup on it, 34 pics. It's a really nice build, and it's a B6 case, which is the same thing that is in there, except it's no longer a single port. And he likes the dual exhaust. It was already set up to go on a Ghia anyways. So we're going to disassemble that one and paint the tins the color of the car. And we're going to pull this one out and put a new clutch in it and inspect the engine compartment seals and make sure they're good and give them a whole new look, a whole new feel, and a whole new sound.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh man, that is a sweet looking engine right there. Yeah, can't wait to see it all put together and put back in the Ghia. Well, it's running. Looks good.
Another one left.
We're all done with the Ghia now. Chad got it all washed up and polished, and get the motor all up in it, running great. Get that new dual exhaust on it, looks sharp. Yeah, I like that setup.
Let's hear it start.
Oh, okay. Look at it. Yeah, right on time. Just crank her up. Now we're gonna go out for a ride in it. Actually, I'm not. Rick's going to drive it with Dalton and get a little bit of footage of the driving experience. and they're gonna follow the gentleman Jeff home on his little scooter, and they're gonna bring you all back. So. Sweet.
We're going for a drive. First time in a Ghia that's actually running. Well, we're in the Ghia. Sweet. Driving this, we noticed that everyone stops you. I mean, we've had what, 3-4 people maybe?
Yeah, and we're only like a mile from the shop.
Yep. It's just been like nothing but people saying, oh yeah, I had a convertible one or whatever years ago, and then another guy was like, man, that's sweet, man, you don't see them like that. But yeah, no, this is a sweet car, and I think Jeff will really enjoy it. Well, we're here. Well, that was a fun little drive. Yeah, we had everybody and their brother saying, what a beautiful car. Yeah.
Put the sticker on there, that's good.
Yeah, there's one on the motor too, and anybody can scan that.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I guess. Can I scan it with this?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have an iPhone, correct?
Yeah.
If you go to your camera and then walk up to it, right there. There you go. See that little pop-up that pops up?
Yeah.
Click on that, and then there's the YouTube right there.
Okay.
Jeff, I had to cut your carpet a little bit right there around the shifter.
That's the only way to get to the bolt.
The shifter bolts.
Oh, okay.
When we put in the new shifter for you,
You'll have a boot.
that'll all be covered up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And maybe we'll find one there at the bug thing.
Yeah.
There's a good chance you'll find one at the swap meet,
You probably will.
and I guarantee you they got one hanging on the wall and they're brand new.
Yeah.
I'd browse the swap meet first and see if you can get one for 35 to 50 bucks.
There was one guy that stopped us, and he said he had one that was a convertible, very similar when he was a little bit younger.
People say, they're always say, oh, we used to have one of those.
You never see these on the road, though.
Right.
That's the thing. That's why everybody just kept stopping us. And then there was another guy that was like, yeah, there's a guy on 27 that's got a bunch of different VWs. His name's Tom. You got to go check him out. And I told him that this car will be at the VDUB factory show this Saturday.
Yeah.
That is a pretty motor. And see, people can scan that too.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I love it.
I love it too.
Really makes me want to get mine going.
Yeah. And that was my first time being in a Ghia. So that was a sweet ride.
Oh, this is where the old...
The original air filter
Yeah,
was.
it's spot welded on there.
Yep, we had to cut a little off and bend it over to get the clear carburetor.
Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was actually really cool having a beautiful, nice Ghia come in the shop. He came in the shop because he was having a loss of power issue, but we determined and found out, as you guys can see, that it was actually a pretty big problem.
Yeah, had 3 weak cylinders below 100 psi per cylinder. And the other Ghia that we were going to restore for someone and he ran out of money, we had already built him a good motor. The bottom end had good in-play, but it had weak compression, and we put new jugs and cylinders and pistons in it and everything, and we put a brand new dual 34 pic carbs on it. So we just had to take it back apart and change the color from green to that blue of the Ghia, and swapped out motors and put them back on the road like within 2 weeks. It was an in and out job.
And it looks great. And if you guys stay tuned for the next video, which is the VDUB Factory Car Show and Swap Meet video, you will actually see this beautiful ride and the owner Jeff at that event.
Yes, and we just got back from the VWs over the Skyway Bridge with Merlin's birthday, and sunshine air cooled over there, and we had a great time. And we just got back, and we're going to be prepared later this week to go on June 19th to Summer Volksfest number 7 at St. Augustine at the Classic Car Museum, and we hope to see you all there with your beautiful VWs, because we're going to be there and walking around and filming.
So yeah, guys, check that link in the description.
And swap meet too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has free admission, but if you'd like to enter your vehicle in the show, it's $10. It is at a classic car museum, which is actually really cool, because I don't think I've ever really been to a big
So
classic
that'll
car
be
museum.
indoors too, I imagine. So
Yeah,
that's
which
cool.
would
I
be
haven't
great.
been there either.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys, and also stay tuned, of course. We got the 1968 video coming after the VDUB video.
That got a fresh build. That came with a 1600 single port, and we built it back up to a dual port with a 34 pit carb on it and some custom, painted tents, and looks fabulous, and they're running all over the place in it. So she loves the extra power of a 1641, and she did run out of gas on their way home. They drove all the way probably 2.5 hours from our house, and she just kept on driving. The gas gauge works, and she just ran out of gas. She was having so much fun. So, and you'll see that one at the Skyway Bridge gathering at the what was the name of that restaurant?
Back Bay Grill Terracea Country Club. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. You got the VDUB video, you got the 1968 Beetle video, and then the Skyway video, and of course Volksfest. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and have a just bugging of a day.
See ya.